How's it going, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Blade. Anyway, you join us on Monday morning and it's already been a bit of a mental Monday morning. Me and Ash got to the unit fairly early and we had an issue with the truck. On Friday night the truck flagged up a engine management light and we spent about an hour trying to diagnose it. Currently the light hasn't come back on, so fingers crossed. After that, me and Ash popped into the city to do our Christmas shopping. One of the benefits of working at Cutcrew, every year we spend a day going to do our Christmas shopping for our loved ones. Because of the hours we work, we don't get the time to go into the city, so all of our Christmas shopping is done. And I didn't film that because we don't want to ruin Christmas Day, do we? We are now on the way to a residential job. We've got a hedge that we've got to finish off and also some more leaf collection, and then that's going to be us done for the day. This morning I've already had a few requests to add on to the week, one of them being from Jack Davies. So we met Jack Davies through Lawn Care Legends. He's had some staffing issues this week, so he's asked us whether we can jump on a couple of hedge jobs for him to draw him out of the sticky stuff, which we do have the ability to do. So as soon as he's sent over a location and photos, we'll price it up for him and probably get that booked in, but the rest of the week is busy. Let's get to the first job,
which is tackling a few hedges. We've got to take the sides in because they are leaking out a little bit, not giving us enough room for the mowers. This is one of our mowing contracts. Whilst I'm doing that, Ash has got this courtyard to tidy up, so he starts by blowing all of the leaves into the corners and then collecting it, leaving it all clean and tidy like this. And now the sides of that hedge are pretty much done. We've got a few bits we've got to tidy up still. We blow the driveway down, job done.
It's Tuesday and it is raining and it is cold, but it could be a lot worse. Not feeling too great today. Me and Ash are at Primark. Anyway, we're here today. We've had to ask the facilities managers to cordon off a few elements in the car park. The areas that are backed onto parking bays that are always utilised, so we've got to do some hedge cutbacks, so we've had it cordoned off in order for us to do this. So yeah, we'll get the hedge cutters out, get the machines fired up, get this area tidy. I don't know if the camera's showing how bad it's actually raining right now, but I'll probably film what we can.
So we start off by tidying those hedges that we can never get to because of parked cars. It's not a massive area and we managed to get that done fairly quickly and leave the place clean and tidy after. Now this area here is one that we've got to combat, but we've got to do it safely, and we can't get a moop on the gravel and we're not allowed to walk on the 2-metre passage. How would you do it?
Okay, so we've left Primark. It is still Tuesday. We left the site nice and clean and tidy. After we finished the work, I had to have a meeting with the facilities manager. Me and Ash have done our 6 monthly health and safety induction renewal, and then we just had to come up with some plans and strategies for some areas of the site that always have high traffic, so we're implementing different safety systems to keep everyone nice and safe. So I've got to do rounds and method statements for them. I'm now on the way to a meeting with a current parish council client just to discuss scope of works for next year, and basically they want our input to whether they should reduce or increase certain services. I obviously won't be able to film in a meeting, but going into it, I'm probably going to say increase the grass cutting and decrease the hedge cutting. There was a lot of hedge cutting on the last scope of works that we did this year, and now we're pretty much on top of it. So we can probably afford to decrease those next year because we've put the hard work in. So yeah, we'll just have to go back and forth with the parish council. It's the reason why we have the meetings. Everyone will be in the same room and we'll be able to put our points across, hopefully come to a conclusion fairly quickly. They're normally very good. So yeah, and then after that, that is me done for the day. I'm gonna go home and rest up. I feel like trash today.
A few moments later.
Got an update on the day. So I've been to the meeting with the parish council. All went really well. We've increased stuff and decreased stuff. After that, I'll tell you what, I had like a 30 minutes of fury come through on the phone and emails. After that, we've been told that we've been awarded another 2 schools for next year. We submitted a quote a couple of months ago, heard nothing from them, and then all of a sudden we've been awarded them, which is great news. I then also had this message come through from Jack Davies, who owns Jack's Gardening and Mowing Services. If you're on Lawn Care Legends, you probably know of Jack. A phenomenal chap who's got a brilliant business story that hopefully we can share one day on the channel. It was a little bit of a plea for help, so he's got some subcontracting work for a national company doing gritting, and he's not got the staff level, so I'm going up there tonight to help him, obviously on a subcontractor basis. So yeah, I'm excited to that. It'd be good to meet him, and he's going to help us get our foot in the door with this national gritting company, so hopefully all works out well. So let's go and meet Jack Davies. Hey! So I'm up here with another lawn care legend and we are out gritting. Let's show you the setup. So we got the Vale Posi Feed TS500 on the back of the Ranger, all mega straightforward to use. It's got a standalone engine, and to run the spinner it works off of the rear fog. So when we're in the cab, bang the rear fog on and we commence gritting.
So we get the pre-use checks done on the gritter, and then we get the thing fired up to start our first site of the evening. This site's mega straightforward, it's only roadways, there's no paths to do, and we're just driving at a set speed to ensure the spread rate is nice and even. And we're now over at our second site, which is basically the same, but we have got paths, and we've also got to ensure all the access areas are sorted, and once that's done we get out and do the paths. Take our photos, on to the next one.
So a little bit of drama. The next site is a recycling plant, and there's fire engines here and there's a fire on site, so we're just waiting from security to find out whether we can go in and grit. We're going to smash this one out quick if we can, so we'll see you at the next one.
And with the fire engine now leaving, we get the gritter engine turned on and we smash this site out with no film. We then move on to the next one, and we're going to keep doing this all night for all the sites on the list. Again, this is in an industrial estate and we're trying to get this sorted so it's nice and safe in the morning for all the occupants. We keep moving on through NHS facility car parks, walkways, and obviously a quick coffee break because, you know, we need coffee to survive. And then we keep going, more NHS sites and walkways, more car parks, constantly making progress. So on this next one we decide to top the gritter up, all the spare bags are in the back of the Ranger, and then we can crack on. It's the same sketch, this is a Prologis industrial park, so we have to do all the access areas and all of the roadways. We managed to get the gritter close enough to the path on this one so we didn't have to get out and grit it by hand. But we just keep moving through the night, like the safety champions me and Jack are, working as a team. Just two lads that I've met through lawn care legends on the internet. I get myself home, it's about 2:30 in the morning.
And it is Wednesday and we are back on the way to see Jack Davies. One of the reasons why we helped him last night is because he's got staffing issues. But me and Ash are heading up to go do some hedge work for him. I believe there's 2 to 3 jobs. I've had hardly any sleep and I'm absolutely knackered. Not that that is important, but let's see where the day takes us. It's cold today, so hopefully the coffee flows and the gloves are warm. Jack Davies! Right, we're back. Jack's shown us what jobs we've got to do. We're going to crack on with it. It's cold, so but yeah, we'll get the camera set up, grab some footage.
So me and Ash are in unknown territory here, working in a residential garden, but it's all the same, we know how to smash our hedges out. So I start off by topping the top and Ash then cracks on with the sides, working together to efficiently get through Jack's customers' hedge work and requirements. Once we've tidied up all the sides and I've done a little bit of the top, I can then move on to finally finishing the top by moving the ladders into place and just finishing off this hedge. But this hedge isn't the only one in the back garden. Obviously when you're working on residential work, when you're just there, it's, can I just do that? Just one more, just one more. And obviously we are obliged to crack on and do all the other hedges in the residential garden, getting them all topped up and neatly done. Ensuring Jack's customers are happy, we get tidied up, leaving the customer happy with all the hedges sorted out. We can pack up and move on to the next one. It's much of the same at the next one. We've just got this one hedge to do. Ash always does the sides and I always do the top. It's just the way we do it. So we get started with this, and once the sides are done and neatened up, we then move Jack's henchmen's into place and I can tackle the top.
And there we have it. The hedge is now basically done. Ash is just tidying up some of the last areas. Good thing about subcontracting and working with another company is you get to test and try each other's equipment, and there's been a few things that have mega impressed me today. One of which is the henchman ladders. I've never bought a set because I thought it's a lot of money to spend out. It's a big risk if you don't get on with them, but having now used them, they are very good. And then Jack's got an absolute plethora of battery equipment, and if you follow us on Instagram you'll know that the other day I was asking questions about battery equipment. Jack's got pretty much every brand, so we've had a go on everything, so we now know the crack with the battery equipment, and we are still to be confirmed. Big up Jack Davies. If you are on Lawn Care Legends, leave us a comment and let us know. It's a great group. I'll leave a link in the description. It's a great way to network and meet new people in our industry. If you're a viewer that doesn't own a company, or you do own a company and you want to chuck Jack any subcontractor work or any work in your garden, I'll leave all of his contact details in the description as well.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Based in Tamworth. Is it Black Country or not?
No.
Is this not Black Country?
We're not far.
Not far from Black Country, but geography D-. Anyway, we're going to get tidied up here and head back to the Milton Keynes area.
Night.
Oh, sorry. Is that the non-pay tool?
Yeah.
I just wanted to interrupt the video to say a massive thank you. We are nearly at 8k. If you could hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, it would mean the world to us. Thank you.
It is Thursday and we're halfway through our day already. This morning we just did some admin in the unit. We got the Verti drainer finally home to the new unit, and we got that parked up safely with Ash at the helm of the tractor. Then after that we had a candidate come for an interview. Yeah, seems like a really nice lad, so we'll see how that gets on. He's going to come in for a trial week next week. We're now at a school. We've had an emergency call out for a tree that has fallen down and is unsafe. We're just on the way to take a look at it, and we will evaluate what needs to happen and make it happen.
So the tree wasn't as big as previously described to me over the telephone. It was only small, but it was still unsafe and sticking over the sports pitches. So we get that all tidied up, we get the waste away, and then we just monitor the field to see what line marking needs doing in the future. We then head to the next site. This is our leaf site, if you've watched the channel before, and we get started off straight away cracking on blowing up, making sure all the leaves are left off the lawn, pushing them back together, working as a team.
Right, we are all done here. We just smashed it out and got it done because we've got stuff to do. So for the first time in my life I experienced something. Most of the time me and Ash were working together and blowing the leaves in unison, and he had the big backpack blower and I had the handheld. That's the first time in my life. The only way I can explain it is if you used to walk into a toilet, and you know when you go into a urinal, only males would understand this obviously. You go into a urinal and some bloke stands right next to a urinal with a massive chopper, right? And he's doing damage and you're not. I was sat there with the handheld and I felt like I would have done better. Anyway, and I felt like I would have done better blowing them. So I spoke to Dale Walker at George Brown's and he's sorting us out with a BR800 steel backpack. But anyway, we are all done today. On the way back to the unit, I've got to go to the bank and do loads of boring admin stuff. And tomorrow is the start of the candidate we spoke about earlier. Is going to do a trial week, so he shall be in tomorrow. So yeah, exciting times. We shall see you tomorrow.
It's Friday morning. We are getting the van ready, line markers on. It's basically line marking today. Try to get to site early and get today smashed out. Let's go. So as soon as we get to the first site, we get the Bowcom Trike out and we get it fired up and ready with some paint and fuel in it. Ash gets cracking with the line marker, and then we let Rob loose on his first ever line. And he hasn't done too badly at all. At least he can keep it straight, taking it nice and easy, nice and slow.
So we're over at the next site. Ash and Rob are just going to grab the line marker out. Rob's trial week was meant to be next week, however we've brought him in today because we are doing the line marking on pretty much all of our sports sites and schools. We're not visiting these next week, so it'll give him a better vision of the work we do and the size of the sites and stuff like that, because obviously the trial week's to see if he likes what we do and if we like how he does it, so it'll give him a better overall well-rounded decision. But yeah, we're here at one of our schools today. We've just got line marking. I am going to do a site walk. We did the hedges last time we were here, so they should be fine, and there's a few other things that the facilities manager wants quotes on, so I'm going to have a catch up with him as well and see what they are. we are at the next site. I'm going to leave Ash and Rob here. They're going to crack on because I'm going to pop to George Brown's. George Brown's machinery is literally about 20 minutes from here, and I'm going to grab that leaf blower. We've literally got 2 of everything, well, multiple items like multiple trimmers, multiple hedge cutters, multiple handheld blowers, but the only thing we don't have multiple of is the backpack blower. And we're finding nowadays we're constantly waiting for the single backpack blower. So again, this is just line marking. They've got 11 pitches to do here at the mighty MK City, and then I'll pick them up after George Brown's and we'll move on to the next one. How are you finding it so far, mate?
That's alright. Chilly. That's nice. Easy.
Oh, the mic weren't on. You're going to have to do it again.
No, the mic was on. You're just winding me up.
How you found it, mate?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I don't know what to say.
So I leave the lads to this one.
So I've just been into Brown's. Amazing service. As per usual, picked up a BR800, really excited to see how we get on with that. Topped ourselves up with some hedge cutter grease, and we got some new Trimax blades finally. But yeah, thanks to Dale as per usual for pitting up with me. Thanks to all the service and parts guys over at George Brown's. Anyway, let's get back to the lads. They should be near on finished there, and we can move on to the rest of the day. Right, so we are at the next site. At this site we've got 4 pitches. This is one of our elite pitch complexes. Spoke to the facilities manager before we jumped out the van, and he's got concerns that they are too waterlogged, and they are. So he's going to be calling off all the pitches. Games this weekend, and we're probably not going to be able to mark them today. Going to come up with a little battle plan and strategy for them for next year, and probably quote for either some mould draining or French drain. So we shall see. But yeah, this one's a non-goer, so back in the van.
So over at the next site, we check conditions and all is good. We get the trike out and we get the 2 11v11s marked up.
So these pitches are all done, and we can now move on.
With 2 sites left, including this one, we've got 3 football pitches and a lacrosse pitch to finish here.
Okay, so we are over at the last site. The boys are just getting a line marker out now. This site is very wet. In my opinion, games probably won't go ahead over the weekend. However, we're in the tough position of we couldn't get it marked last week, and the conditions are a little bit harder than last week. So we need to get it marked, because otherwise we've got a lot of initial markouts to do. So we're going to take it nice and slow and steady and get this site marked in order for us not to have to initial mark them in the future. But if there is any sign that the pitches can't handle the line marker, we shall stop immediately. But yeah, it's been a very interesting week. I'm absolutely knackered. This week I've had in total probably about 10 hours sleep. Yeah, it's been one of them. I've really enjoyed this week though. We've got through some hurdles ourselves, and we've also helped others such as Jack Davies get over a few hurdles as well, which was very, very nice. We have had some news as well. I can't remember if I mentioned it yesterday, but we've won a few new contracts. We've won a couple of schools, also a few parishes. So next year is going to be a busy one. And I'm at that stage where we need to try and strategize a growth plan. I don't know what that looks like yet, because obviously if we was to set another team up, another vehicle, another trailer and then another mower would cost more than say an upgraded Trimax. Basically we need to try and increase efficiency. But again, going back to Dale Walker at George Brown's, I know he's the man for the job to help me out. But yeah, it's been emotional. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Behind the Blade. If you have liked it, please try and share it to a friend or a family member or someone else you know in the industry that might enjoy the videos at all. Any feedback in the comments would be amazing, and we shall see you in the next one.
To Jack and the Cutcrew team. Love the videos, keep up the good work. Best wishes, Chris and the Fleet Office team. Well, what would we have here? Look, we got a box of goodies.
Hello. Bye everyone. Bye.
Say bye.
Oh.
Say bye.
Bye.